What's going on, guys? Welcome into your energy news beat here on this gorgeous Thursday, March 11th, 2021. As always, I'm your humble correspondent, Michael Tanner, coming to you from an undisclosed location here in Denver, Colorado, joined by the executive producer, Joe, the purveyor of the show, and the director and publisher of the world's greatest website, EnergyNewsBeat.com, Stuart Turley. My man, how you doing today?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and we got a new sponsor coming up next week. We're going to start taking a look at that one. We're pretty excited.
Oh, interesting. This is the first time hearing of it, so this will be fascinating. I did not know that. We'll have to get together after the show on that one. We do have a great show for you lined up today. You can check all that in a bag of chips out to my left here. But first, guys, continue to subscribe. World's greatest YouTube channel, Energy News Beat, the best place for all of your daily energy finance stuff. And then also you can follow us online, www.energynewsbeat.com. Hit that pesky notifications button. It's legit, just an IV of news. Download us on the Google Play Store for our app. We'll also be soon available on the for the iPhone, which, so for all, like I said, all 7 of you who have Google Plays like Stu, so I guess there's only 6. You guys go ahead and download it. For the rest of society,
Hey,
it'll come out here in a couple
at
days.
least the Google, Androids work.
Oh, okay, well, that's fair. It's such an odd day on the markets, Stu. So not an odd day on the markets. It's just what changed from yesterday? I don't know, but we're seeing green all around. Top line indices, I'll talk about read as such. 1.4% on the upside for the SPY. Nasdaq trades 2.6 percentage points on the upside. Dow Jones only up 0.75 percentage point. Yields rose basis or like 0.2 basis points, which is interesting. You see a rip of the Nasdaq. I think some of that consolidation is better. We also saw an adjustless jobless claims on the data side come in. We were expecting a print of 725,000, came in at about 716,000. We saw big names, Apple, Facebook, Netflix, all up 2%. Amazon up 4 percentage points. As I mentioned, 10-year yield trading fairly low. Coronavirus package signed today by President Biden. Looks like stimulus checks could start hitting bank accounts this weekend. I'll take the free cash. Thank you very much. But I think that is, I think, part of what's driving it right now. There's positive vaccine. I mean, it just seems very, the momentum seems to still be on the bull side, regardless of whether we talk about inflation, we talk about some of the stuff with all, yes, there's a lot of stimulus that's probably pork in this. We get that. But yeah, so it's just, yeah, it's you can make a case for the bull or the bear side. The problem is the bulls are winning at this moment. Speaking of Bitcoin, it crossed the $57,000 mark. Currently trading 57,207. Go for you Bitcoin traders out there. Crude oil, great day. We're back up to about $66, about 2.5 percentage points on the upside. Brent trading just close to that 70 mark, 60.60. Back end WTI curve jumps 2 percentage points, 62.25. Natural gas slides about a percentage point off the back of warmer weather's coming up. Not in Denver though. We're about to get pounded. It sounds like it seems about 1 to 2 feet of snow. That's what they're calling for. Feet.
No
Feet. I thought my
way.
mom was joking with me. I was chatting to her the other day, and she goes, "Yeah, you ready for the couple feet?" I was like, "What? You mean inches?" She's like, "No, feet."
No way.
Yeah, apparently we're locking in. I got I'm gonna be going to the store today. The shelves yesterday at the store were like empty. It was weird. I thought luckily it was only because it's a snowstorm and not because of COVID coming back. So it's not the worst thing in the
Wow.
world. But yeah, it's supposed to be gnarly here this weekend.
Is there any beer left in the liquor stores?
I don't know. I didn't make it that far. But that's probably what we'll go get today. Uh, we're about 1%. We also had some change in stock data, which we'll cover in the U.S. side. XOP jumps 2.3 percentage points. Oilfield Services falls 1 percentage point. Stocks notable on the downside. Goodrich, they didn't have a great quarter. We'll cover them. Contango Oil and Gas down 3 percentage points. Talos Offshore Driller down 6. Hess Midstream loses about 6 percentage points, and Amplify Energy loses 15. Good numbers on the upside. PDC jumps 6 percentage points. Silverbow up 9. CDEV, they jumped 10. Laredo Petroleum jumps 12 percentage points. And Ring Energy got 11, up 12 percentage points. Internationally, Stu, where do you want to start?
We have some fun ones here. Hey, some of the numbers that I'm seeing out there are the more we go green, the more oil and gas we pump. I'm going to go through some of those numbers, but here's
Yeah.
one for you. We used to have China as 90% or 80% of the world's rare earth minerals. And the article says the Quad tightens rare earth cooperation to counter China. It is interesting. It is U.S., Australia, Japan, and India are considered the Quad.
Mm-hmm.
And so China, pretty interesting. The U.S., I did not realize. Where is it? 58% for China now.
Oh, 58.
And yeah, 58. I thought it was that, but they held everybody hostage. And according to the data from the U.S. Geological Survey, U.S. was 16%. I did not realize we were that high.
It is high.
But strip mining for batteries and everything else, so if you can see past their heads, strip mining. Okay, coming up in the corner, our boys over at OPEC. Boy, I'll tell you what, I got to hand it to the Saudis. The leaders, they did us all a shock last week. Very, very cool. They are now projecting 96 million barrels per day this year, which
Woo!
is up from 5.9 million barrels in 2020. So this goes on. We got all this green energy being installed, and we're still going to be increasing our oil production per OPEC. So I thought that was pretty amazing. The next compliance coming around the corner, Michael, is OPEC is saying that they are really soaring in their compliance articles. So we take a look at this. It's funny, in this article on Energy Newsbeat, OPEC Plus compliance soars thanks to the Saudi cut, which is, I agree, it's because they don't have to cheat nearly as much to get their cash flow. But the Russia came in under its ceiling. Kazakhstan and Oman went, not old man. I know you're laughing. Quit it. It's Oman, and they exceeded it. So anyway, have fun there. Here's the fun one that we're really taking a look at. Look at this beast. That is the Coddler to install the giant Siemens Gamsa wind turbine. It's expected to be the largest. Okay, we're here for your favorite quote of the day. It's got 14 megawatts. We're going to call it 13 gigawatts.
1.21 gigawatts.
We're getting ready to do the thing now. 14 megawatts of power.
Yep.
On that bad dog. And boundaries and size of capacity are being pushed. But the fleet for these devices, these ships, is going to be limited. Look at how big that dude's going to be. And then here's another picture of it. Looks like Noah, and
they're eyesores.
is in the
I'll come out and say it, Stu. They're eyesores. At least with oil and gas, when the operations are done, you don't see the wellhead.
Or the
Wind
pipeline.
farms are eyesores. It just, they don't look good.
For our readers on the podcast, or the listeners on the podcast, we're sitting here going, the arc.
Stu, we don't put this out on podcast, so everybody's seeing this. You're good.
Some humor here, dude. Come on, work with me. Okay, the arc is right behind that hill.
I was like, who put this out on a podcast? Who does that? I was just cracking up. No, great stuff, Stu. Anything else on the international side for the day?
No. Just, you got to quit making fun of old people.
Okay, fair enough.
It's like fighting an unarmed opponent, Michael. When you and I spar, you're just fighting an unarmed opponent. Alzheimer's is setting in.
Appreciate all those stories, Stu. Again, courtesy via the world's greatest international news site, EnergyNewsBeat.com. Natural gas stocks in the U.S. side, they come in at 52 billion cubic feet draw. Traders were expecting around a 70 billion cubic feet draw. So that in part is what drove natural gas prices down about 1.5% today. As I mentioned, Goodrich, they fall 3 percentage points. Really off the back of just not great earnings. They're pure Haynesville player adjusted net income was $3.3 million for the quarter and about $2.7 for the year. So good quarter, not a great year. Net loss of $44 million on the year, and a net loss of about 7.9 for the quarter. Return on capital invested, they're telling us it's 38 percentage points. I mean, seems high considering you lose, but hey, you do what you got to do. I mean, they're using reserves. I mean, to give you an idea, their strip pricing though is still at $199, so it's a very conservative price deck over there at Goodrich. So, even at these prices, I don't know. This is again where it's a risk decision. How conservative do you want your price deck to be? They like it low. Okay. Well,
you bet. Robert Turman, I sure enjoyed my interviews with him. He's a good cat. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, good management, like them. Street didn't like their quarter. I've been hard on Texas for wanting to bail out, mostly because it's fun. But really interesting. Remember, when ERCOT came out about a week ago and said that shortfall is going to be about $16 billion? Well, now they're revising it, lowering that figure to about $3.2 billion. Lot more, which one is good? Two, it's still a big number. It's still a big number. We're short. There's a letter released Thursday morning. This is courtesy of the Wall Street Journal. The Monitor said that while it still estimates that $16 billion in overcharges occur, the most that could likely be recovered from consumers from the energy sales was $3.2 billion. So they did lose 16, but they can only get 3.2 back from individuals. So that bailout gets a little smaller. So maybe I'll relax my rulings a little bit. I'll jump off the cliff.
Yes.
He went on mute. I'm pretty light on the. I mean, that's all I've got really on the U.S. side. We have some earnings coming out. I think we're just in a nice bull run right now. Be very interesting to see. I doubt we're going to see much. I doubt this M&A market's going to heat up anymore. But we'll chat with DRW tomorrow. See if we can't get him on. Some of this M&A stuff. Sign up for our webinar tomorrow. We have a case study webinar. I'll put the sign up in the link. That'll be at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. If you want to hear me talk more, you'll get me for about an extra 15. We'll be working through a really interesting case study we did with the Colorado operator. So, anything we missed?
We already have a bunch of executives signed up. We're really excited to visit with them.
So who's list? I'll give you the guys. Who's list? Get on that list.
Ryan Ray. Looking forward to visiting with him.
Yeah, we'll get him. Anything else we missed today? Yeah,
No,
let's get out of here, guys.
guys.
Get back to work. We'll let you finish up your day. For Stuart Ryan, Michael Tanner, all the team here at Sandstone, we will see you guys tomorrow.